So this is going to be the most simple yet probably most important piece of advice I've given so far on this channel. And to best illustrate it, I want to tell you a story. So a lot of you probably don't know this, but when I first got into sales, I hit the ground running fairly quickly. Started doing pretty well, got to 10, 20, 25, 30 grand a month. And I stayed around there for about a year. And during this time, I was drinking a lot of the Kool-Aid in our space, like the put pressure on yourself, the, money's infinite, which it is, but, I was spending so much of my money. Like I was spending probably 5 grand a month on rent, another 2,000 in just like dumbass payments, probably another 2 grand in just like overall living stuff, buying, a car, watches, just being an absolute dumbass with my money. And the market started to cool down in sales. My commissions got cut in half. And I never kept more than probably 40,000 in the bank. Like there were times, it was usually around like 25K. That's what I would do. And I was very fucking stupid with my money. I remember there was one month I made like 46. I spent like probably 35 in that month. And I was just very, very stupid. And a couple days ago, I heard this video on social media, and it was saying, a lot of people these days are being dumbasses. They make their first 100 grand and they go and spend it, and they don't realize that's not their money. That money buys you peace of mind for the next, 2 to 4 years. Keep your expenses low. And I just had this aha moment, because, to jump back into that story, I ended up essentially going to zero with my money. I didn't have any income coming in. And it wasn't until recently when, I got back on my feet, got to 10K a month and started scaling once again, that I realized what the past all meant to me. At the end of the day, man, it is not about how much you make. It is more so about how much you keep. And it's the most real shit you're ever gonna hear. And I mean that. Right now, it doesn't matter what you make. You could be working in a factory like I was. You could be in sales. You could have a business. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, are you growing? Yes or no? Is your bank account growing? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then you got to fix that first. And I'm not saying you can, save your way to riches. That's not what I mean, but it's a good principle to have. It's a very good principle to have. How can I minimize my expenses as much as possible, and how can I increase my income on a consistent basis? That's what I'm doing second time around. I caught myself just being a dumbass once again. And think of this in your life. You start to make money, and what do? You look for things to spend it on. Just a couple days ago, I was looking at new apartments. I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Just trying to spend the money I just made? That's not my money. This gives me peace of mind. How can I stack it? That's the frame of mind I'm having, in this go around with everything. Just stacking as much as I can, obviously allocating it, into investments where it can grow, but nonetheless, just keeping expenses low and not trying to be a dumbass and just trying to fit in with the crowd. You watching this, you might fall for the oohs and ahs on social media. The people with the watches, the cars, the nice places, all this shit. And the thing you don't realize is those people can still be broke. Put shit on credit. I know people that just put shit on credit, that buy watches they can't afford, that just live paycheck to paycheck. Granted, the paycheck's 50K. It's the same rat race that everyone wants to get out of. So literally just understand the principle. Just focus on growing what you have, and obviously growing your income as well. But just don't fall for the trap that you need to spend all of what you make to put pressure on yourself. That's a dumbass position to be in. And if you're in sales, you know that. Because when you need money, you'll come into that deal. A little extra needy, a little more desperate, and the prospect will smell that. And it'll raise resistance. So stack your cheese, man. Get some peace of mind in your life. It's a different type of confidence where you can build something, right? Like when you have money in the bank, you can build something. Like you have that freedom, that luxury, that peace of mind to build something that's going to take more time, whether it's, it's a following, a brand, a business, it doesn't matter. But the first priority when you make money is, stash it. Like stash some away. Be smart about it. Don't just go willy-nilly fucking buying dumb shit. And I'll tell you from experience, I've done it. And it's the worst mistake I ever made. Biggest mistake was just spending everything I have, because you're caught in this hamster wheel. You're caught in the race, dude. Sure, you might be making more, but you're still in the race. So, I mean, that's my rant for today. It's just be good with your chicken. Don't fall for these traps to try and get the oohs and ahs on social media, because the shit, I mean, dude, what for what, bro? So, like, everyone's like, damn, this guy's balling, but, like, internally, you're not. You're breaking. You feel like a sinking ship. It's not worth it, bro. Like, let me tell you from experience, man to man. So, I mean, regardless of whatever stage you are, just control the controllables and, make that reducing expenses, growing your income, doing what you can, and moving in that direction. I mean, maybe you're like me, and you kind of came to that realization too, that you got to stop falling for the shit, that everything you see on social media, that you just got to spend all your money. You gotta, flex all this shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like people are getting smarter. And that means you are. But as always, stay focused, stay committed. Don't fall for the traps.